Hey, this is Florian. In today's video, I want to show you some short sample clips from the Serve Blueprint toss videos. In the previous video, we saw the video review that Sharif received from myself on his serve, and there I told him that his toss was the first problem that he needed to attack. The most important things here were that the contact point was always too far to the right and too far in front. Now, from a technical perspective, there were two things I recommended him to take a look at to fix his toss. Number one, his tossing arm is not fully straight as he moves it up to the release. We highly recommend you get the tossing arm straight and lift from the shoulder. Number two, and more importantly for Sharif, he released the ball too early. Usually we recommend that for a first serve you want to release the ball at around eye level. And as you can see here, Sharif released the ball a little bit earlier. What happens? The ball tends to go too far to the right. So the recommendation here was to practice releasing the ball at around eye level. The goal for Sharif on the first serve is to get the contact point approximately above the right shoulder or to the right edge of his head so that the arm is slightly to the right, the racket tilted slightly to the left, and then the contact point is approximately above that right shoulder. We sometimes call this the power triangle because this position really allows you to maximize internal shoulder rotation and get a lot of power on your serve. So now let's take a quick look at some short clips from the Serve Blueprint videos that I sent Sharif to help him work on this. We'll start with lifting the straight arm from the shoulder instead of tossing with a bent arm. Now, the first fundamental that you absolutely have to master is to toss with your arm and not with your hand or wrist. So what you really want to do is you want to have a straight arm, the left arm. You want to move that arm up and down like this smoothly, and then you simply release the ball up here at around eye level. Instead, what a lot of players do is they try to toss by using their hand and their wrist like this, and oftentimes players don't have the arm straight, which is a big problem. So keep that arm straight. Smoothly move that arm up. Okay, so that's the first thing. And now you're simply going to release at around eye level, and you're going to release by opening up your fingertips just like this. So you're continuing this motion and opening up the fingertips. And that's really all there is to it in the beginning. Okay, so start right here. I'm going to demonstrate and then smoothly move up and open up the fingertips. It's a really good idea to keep the fingers open and hold this position at the end. So one more time, have a look. Just like that. Okay, first let's take a look at how I'm tossing with my arm and how that left arm is straight. Take a close look from this position, how the left arm is straight and lifted up from the shoulder. That's the real key here. Let's take a look at that one more time. Lifting the entire arm from the shoulder for a good consistent toss. Now let's take a look at the release point for the toss. As you can see right here, the ball leaves my hand at around eye level, and that's roughly what you want to be shooting for. Now let's also look at the clip from the Serve Blueprint that addresses the ideal contact location approximately to the right edge of the head or above the right shoulder. Last but not least, a good toss will also result in a contact point that is approximately on the right side of your head. So from the back perspective, that's going to look roughly like this. Here's the super slow motion perspective. Take a look where my contact point is now in relation to my head. It's roughly on the right edge of my head, and that once again is a good guideline for you. Here you can see one more time what we refer to as the power triangle. The arm is slightly to the right, the racket is tilted slightly to the left, and then the contact is approximately above the right shoulder or on the right edge of your head. So Sharif worked on his toss using these videos and other drills from the Serve Blueprint. And then of course he also worked on the right to left action and the racket drop in the second step, which I discussed in the previous video. I won't go into detail on these fixes in this video because this video is about the toss. Now let's take a look at Sharif's serve after he worked on it with the serve blueprint. Now if we look at contact here on one of these serves, you can clearly see that now Sharif is approximately at contact in the position that we want him to be in. The contact point is approximately above the right shoulder, the right arm is a little bit to the right, and the racket is tilted a little bit to the left. He doesn't quite have the power triangle yet, as you saw on my serve, but he's getting close. So that's the process of using an online video course combined with a personalized video review to transform your serve or any other stroke. Now, online video training alone can be very effective, but combining it with a personalized video review really increases the speed with which you can progress, and that's why we focus on it heavily. Let's hear what Sharif said to us in an email when he sent in the second video after he worked on his serve. Dear Florian, this is Sharif, your student from Qatar. I was honored to have my serve reviewed by you on April 4th, 2017. Ever since, I have been working very hard on my serve, and thanks to your comments and your wonderful course, today I'm sending you something totally different. My serve became a weapon that sometimes gives me full games without even a single return from my opponents. Thank you very much for transforming my game.